offs, from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
I don't give a love to fuck about what them bitches gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love to fuck about what them niggas gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akim, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm really no man, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm strapped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad at this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, go through the baddest conditions. I'm fucking up with the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, nigga. She know I'm a prophet, she got to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the back thing. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, don't forget about my face. We sticking up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Go get you some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus on. How many times must we remind you? One body, one best. Some break off, but never take off, it's a place. When the law with you ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh, Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit, we want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. We in the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we special now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Well, business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't think they pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I assemble the Glock with the slide for real. I get the order, you know that it's long. See me and my niggas gon' die for real. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, Why y'all fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey, hey, hey. That's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh.
Taxes is feeling unwelcome. Now Taxes is an open door to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts. They do your taxes, so you can walk out with confidence. Now this is Taxes.
Business moves fast. Your communication should too. Dialpad is the AI-powered platform built for better customer.
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of Native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the fence. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip to try and catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk your life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
Oh, the one. Salakia. Salakia, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakathan to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Athan by Shem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. This is the Tuesday night ISUPK Atlanta Brotherhood class under commanding General Yohana.
Great.
You know, the greatest leader that we had in the, how you say, the 20th century? Well, also, Salakia, 20, right. The water for that, the 21st century. You know, it's a great leader right there. You know, hey, the water to him for not dropping the sword and all the generals that stood by his side. And as always, our itinerary for the week, Monday, You know, it was a history class who was taught by a powerful priest and officer of 50, Hayakal. He did an excellent job. Tuesday night, which is tonight, the Brotherhood class taught by myself, Officer 500 Mawasar. And then we have the Wednesday class, which is the law class, where you learn the law, statute, and commandments. Thursday is the scripture breakdown class with 12 Shield General Mahaiman. You know, he'll answer all your questions, solve all your problems. That's a powerful priest right there, priest and prophet. You know, 12 Shield General Mahaiman. And then Friday, we have the Lashwan Kodash class, you know, where we learn our Hebrew language. You know, and the culmination of it all is Saturday, the Sabbath service class. You know, all classes are from 7 to 9, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., except for Sabbath service, which is from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that, you know, Sabbath service, you know, that's the culmination. You know, we come together, you know, go over the scriptures in Hebrew and in English and break them down for you. You know, and that's led by a powerful priest and officer, Hadar Amath, officer of 1,000, the beast from the east. And tonight's class is about not being ashamed to love your brother. Now, the reason I came up with this class, you know, we did a mission Sunday. You know, and I'm looking at all our brothers and sisters out there, you know, and I'm thinking, like, you know, it's like we be out there. ISUPK, the men of Israel, you know, the sisters, the children, you know, we be out there looking out for our people, feeding our people, clothing our people as much as we can, doing what we can. You know, we got schools all over the United States and all over the world. You know, we're constantly growing. You know, and it's like you got all these priests, you know, all these, I'll put it like this, you got all these Christian pastors, so-called priests of the Lord. You know, they running around talking about some, oh, you know, you shouldn't, you don't have to do for the poor. You know, you don't have to do for the homeless. Because really the only time they're out there is, what do you call that, for a tax write-off. You know, and not only that, because of the false doctrines and the false lies of Christianity, we're taught that God loves everybody. And for me, it's like, and you really only out there because there's other races out there, especially the oppressor, the pale-faced cave monkey. You really love them, so you love them. Boy, you got your head up their butts. You know? And it's like we're not out there for that. We're out there for our people. You know, we love our people. But you Christian pastors and you so-called blackity black and you other fake Israelite cats, you know, you shalawamers and you up from the tribe of Yisrael cats and you individualites talking about some, you know, oh, I only teach at home. I only teach my family. You know, you don't love your brothers either. You don't love your sisters either. You don't. I don't see you out there doing what we do. You know, we're out there as much as possible to make sure that our people are taken care of. We even have laws in the scriptures. If you ever, you know, watch our Sabbath service or listen in, you know, we have scriptures for farmers that it was called gleaning, to not take up all the corn, to not store it all up, to leave some, let some fall on the outside so that the poor and homeless can come. When they come by, you know, they can pick it up so they can be fed. You know, that's brotherhood. That's brotherhood to make sure that your people are straight. It's brotherhood to make sure that you check upon your brothers. I'm not talking about just your blood brothers. I'm talking about your people in general. You know, all 12 tribes, the Black, Hispanics, Native American Indians. You know, of course, you know, you got the, what is that? The FBA, the Foundational Black Americans or whatever you call yourselves. You know, they, you know, who claim that, oh, you got to be African American only. And, you know, that they're not your people. It's not their problem. Well, it is your problem. You may not know it is your problem. Just like it's our problem, because they are part of the 12 tribes. And you're not African. You're not American. You're an Israelite of the tribe of Judah. You're Israelites. Why would you want to claim a people that helped sell your people into slavery? Why would you want to claim a people that helped round your people up and sell them into slavery? That don't make no sense. But you just want to be, you think you're just so high and mighty. And I don't see you people doing anything for your people either. But you so claim that, no other race got nothing to do with your problems. I'm talking about as far as the other tribes, the Hispanic and Native American Indian tribes. Hey, look, FBI, foundational born Israelites, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. That's what we are, foundational born Israelites. How about that? Because that's your brothers and sisters. That's your people. Hey, look, we don't mind feeding and taking care of them, the poor and homeless of our people, because that is our people also. And especially for you Christian pastors, I'm gonna get back on you, because you run around and you swear up and down that it's not a good thing, that God don't care if you don't take care of the poor, look out for your people. Take care of the homeless, because you so, how do you say, you so into yourselves, and you so greedy, and so what's that word I'm looking for? Greedy and selfish. You just worried about what you can get for yourself, of how you can sucker your own people into emptying their pockets. You worried about you. You're not worried about Israel. You're not worried about your people. You don't care. Long as you can find a way to get money out of your people, long as you can find a way to make yourself rich, as long as you make it Salakia. Okay, here's what I'm looking for. As long as you can hustle that money up out your people, oh yeah, you good. You ain't worrying about nothing. But you got to take care of your people, man. But you ain't about that. You don't care. All you want to do is, hey, look, as long as I'm good, as long as my pockets are straight. You got these pastors out here, and it's funny because they're being dead serious, and you want to sit there like a big goofball laughing and like they joking and stuff when they tell you, hey, yeah, oh, you ain't celebrating with me. Hey, pastor, can we ride in your new car? You gonna celebrate? Yeah, but you ain't riding in it. You ain't celebrating with me. And you sit, pastor, everybody cheering him and laughing like he's joking and playing. Like, that man is dead serious. And you just sitting there clapping and having a good time, still enjoying yourselves. As long as you can have a good time, as long as they can keep your mind mentally destroyed, spiritually destroyed. It's like they can tell you anything, do anything, and you'll just fall for it. While they riding around in the brand new Bentley that you bought, behind closed doors, they laughing at you. Yeah, talking to the deacons and the rest of his staff. Oh yeah, you see that new Bentley? These suckers done bought me. Man, these fools talking about when they gonna ride in it. Partying with me, celebrating with me. Are they Chris Mash? Man, are you serious, man? They must be out their mind. I got what I needed, what I wanted. Why should I look out for them and take care of them? When they need help, you want their tithe money. Well, as soon as they need help, what they say? What's the first thing they love to say? Oh, you pray about it. Pray about it. Your time is coming. This is your season. When the Most High said he wants you to look out for your people. Take care of the poor. Make sure you check on them. Make sure the homeless got, clothes on their back, food in their bellies, something. Let me get to a couple of these scriptures right quick. It's the book of 1 Peter 5:2. Feed the flock of God which is among you. Feed the flock of God which is among you. Your people is among you. Who's in your church? Who's out here in these streets? Man, look, you got these churches, these Christian churches right here in Atlanta. When we go feed and clothe the homeless, man, there's churches like right there on the corners, on just about every corner. And guess who's there? The homeless brothers and sisters, man. They lay there, man. They got their blankets out, they cushion, they pillow. I mean, they right there at the church steps. That's a shame, man. That's a shame. Look, this is a Christian church. They bringing in hundreds of thousands. You got the mega church bringing in millions, but yet you got homeless black men and women laying on their steps on a Sunday of all days. On a Sunday, and we're seeing this. We're out here clothing and feeding our people, making sure that they are all right as much as we can. Here it is. It's Sunday, and the church doors are closed. The churches are closed. These brothers, they out here in the cold weather, in the elements, rain, sleet, snow, or whatever, laying on the steps, laying on these hard concrete steps. But yet, we're told these are men of God. Don't talk about my pastor. My pastor's a good pastor. He a good. He a man of God. He must not be that much of a man of God because he surely ain't feeding the flock. We got any questions, any comments? Just check-ins?
We do have check-ins.
All right, time for water. Hey, for water to everyone who's checking in. Hey, for water, I greatly appreciate that.
Right. We got young man Vincent.
Hey, Shalom Lord of Christ, young man Vincent. Good seeing you, brother.
We have Sister Isra.
Shalom Lord of Christ, sis.
We got Elder Charles.
Elder Charles. Hey, Elder Charles, look. We keep telling you, hey, look, we looking to see you at Passover.
That's right.
Can't wait to meet you, brother.
We got Black Mike.
Black Mike, what it do? Shalom Lord of Christ, brother. Hey, it's always good to see y'all, brothers and sisters. Trooper, all right, my man, Troop.
Officer Gashan.
Hey, Shalom Lord of Christ. Gashan, hey, good seeing you again, brother.
That concludes the check-in, sir.
All right, the water. Hey, once again, the water to all the brothers and sisters that checked in. Hey, I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, this don't make no sense. But yeah, you want to talk about the ISUPK, man, you can't say nothing about us. All you Shalomers out there who talk against us, all you fake Israelite groups, all you blackity black Egyptology and all these Scientology cats or whatever, Muslims, whatever religion you in, I don't see you doing nothing for your people. I see you out here destroying your people. You'll sell drugs to your people. You'll prostitute your people. But you ain't doing nothing to make sure that your people are straight. You ain't doing nothing to make sure, hey, look, is your belly full? You got clean clothes to change into. Are you all right? Do you need any type of medicine? How's your health? We doing what we can do for our people. It's documented. You can see our works. All the social media. Hey, look, that's what we do. It ain't to show out. It ain't to brag or nothing. It's so that everybody can see, that the works that's going on, what the true men of the Lord are supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to treat your people. That's why when Christ came, he showed us how to do the law. You know, when you read about when in Matthew, Peter, John, and all that, man, when you read them books about the things that Christ did and what he said, you know, in front of the people, man, to show like, hey, look, I'm the man y'all been been waiting on. I'm here to show you how to get the kingdom. I'm here to show you how to do the law, statute, and commandments. You know, he showed us the way. He laid the blueprint out. All we got to do is follow it. And even before then, when you go back to Genesis all the way up to Revelation, it's showing that it's the blueprint. The Bible is nothing but a blueprint, survival scrolls, of how we should live, how we should treat each other. What you should do, you know, when you got an alt with your brother. You know, go to him and him alone. This is the book of 1 Peter 5:2. Feed the flock of God, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint. You know, don't hesitate. Don't hold back. Don't limit yourself, you know, to taking care of your people. You know, don't be ashamed and scared. Hey, look, you see a brother out there, man, and, you know, you got a couple of bucks on you, you know, because I know a lot of you so worried about who's watching me. You know, oh man, you know, I ain't got it. You get scared like you're gonna get hurt for helping your brother. Like you're gonna get hurt for giving him a couple of dollars. Here's $5. Go get you something to eat. You want something to drink? Okay, cool. I got you, man. A lot of you act like you just so ashamed and just what you scared of. You worried about what somebody gonna say, somebody gonna point fingers. You know, here at ISUPK, we don't care about that. We're not worried about it. We gotta get out here and get it. We gonna make sure our people get something. You know, you constraining yourself. But willingly, not for filthy lucre, but a ready mind. Right. Willingness. This is something that we want to do. This is something we don't mind doing. We love doing this. Because this is something that we know that, hey, look, nobody else is going to care about our people. Nobody else is going to love our people like we can love our people. They're not going to take care of our people like we can take care of our people. You know, all these other cats out here, these Christian pastors, these Muslims, these blackity blacks, these fake Israelite groups, these individualites, if they can't get nothing out of doing the work, if they can't get nothing for helping them taking care of the poor, the homeless, and all that, they ain't gonna do it. A lot of these Christians, man, when you see these Christians out here, these churches out here, they're going because they know it's a good tax write-off. And this is around the time for they to do the taxes. So yeah, they're gonna be out there in droves. Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Oh yeah, that's a real good time to be out there. Because they really know that they can collect heavy when it comes time to do them taxes. They can push it heavy, boy. Not only that, but you got to think about the money that they suckering you out your pockets. And you know, a good example, well, this might be for some of you, way before y'all time, the original movie, The Car Wash, where Richard Pryor played the preacher. And they got to singing and dancing. And he handed dude $1. And they got dude so caught up, he handed the $1 right back to Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor put it right in his pocket, like yeah. And I'm like, yeah, he never gave him nothing. That's you Christians. That's how the pastor got you Christians. Boy, to this day, I remember that distinctively. I'm over here laughing Hey, look, that was back in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, that's why you laughing.
So I'm trying to remember this, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, no, I think I did. That was a deep cut.
The water. But yeah, man. Yeah, hey, that movie right there, boy, you think about when the choirs get to singing and dancing and they get everybody all hyped up and having a good time. And hey, look, that's the easiest way for them to get that money because that's what they're there for. They're there for to give you a good time. See, unlike the club, you get in for free because you still gonna pay. Oh, you're gonna have a good time when you go to church. Yeah, come on in. Open up the doors. Yeah, come on in. You know, we got you. Don't you worry about it. You're gonna have a good time. The preacher pulled out one little corny scripture. Well, I ain't gonna say corny. I ain't gonna call the Bible corny, Salakia. But he pulled out one scripture. Let me reiterate. He makes it corny.
It's breakdown corny.
Yeah, it's breaking right. Hey, exactly. Hey, in case you didn't hear Rob, he said his breakdown is corny.
Right.
His breakdown is corny. You know, so once he starts doing his little corny breakdown, and next thing you know, he's striking up the band and he get to hopping around and bumblebee. You know, he started doing all that. Oh boy. He knows. Look, next thing you know, that collection plate going around, everybody's jumping up and down, hands are waving all in the air. They get to start doing that little church dance that all everybody do, and that's it. That money coming out your pocket. See, so they ain't even worried with that. That's a scam. You want to talk about a scam, bruh? They ain't even online scamming you. They ain't even doing no telemarketing scamming you. They scamming you like right to your face in the church. Bruh. Not even care. You know, they come up with everything and anything to say to get your money. You talk about some filth, that's filthy lucre. You know, the sucker you. That's, you know, they getting it in a dirty way because they scamming their own people. That's not brotherhood. Slock, yeah, we got any more? We got any comments? It look like we got more check-ins.
Come. Young man Vincent says it makes you wonder that when they go to speaking in tongues, are they really trying to speak Hebrew?
Right. The only thing they speaking is going into speaking baby gibberish. As commanding Slaki, as 12 sealed gentleman behind him said, you know, if you want to hear them speaking in tongues, just listen to a baby. That's speaking in tongues.
Right.
You know, how do you say hum shalalala there? I just spoke in tongues for you.
Right.
There you go. Rum bumblebee. There's your speaking in tongues right there. Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, sis.
Yeah. We got Officer Hayakal checking in.
Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, Hayakal, my man. Officer 50. Right. So yeah, that answers your question right there, brother. Yeah, that's just speaking in tongues.
Right.
You know. But of a ready mind, you know, be ready. Have your mind set to, hey, look, you know, our people need us. You know, hey, look, matter of fact, you need to get into ISUPK anyway. Go to ISUPK.com, find your nearest school, whatever city you are in, get in class. It's well worth it. You know, Because look, our minds is always ready. When I say, hey, look, let's go do a mission. Bam, like that. Snap a finger. No hesitation whatsoever. Let me tell you the brotherhood of ISUPK. Officer 1000 Kaziyad. We out on a mission one day. It's cold out. You know, you talk about giving the shirt off your back. This brother, this Adawan, he literally gave his hoodie off his back.
Right.
Had a short sleeve shirt on. Cold out there. Cold out there. Mind you, he ain't even worried about that. He made sure that his brother had some type of protection. You want to talk about putting in work, knowing the men that you labor amongst? Hey, look, I know the men I'm laboring amongst. Officer Cosell, you want, boy, hey, look, this brother literally, and that's not the first time I've seen him go into his trunk and give a brother a shirt, a homeless brother a shirt. And that's brotherhood. That brother right there, man, that's a straight up brother. That's straight up love. That's a brother who was definitely not ashamed to look out for his brother. That's a good example of literally taking the shirt off your back. Officer Kaziyad, man, I mean, without a second of thought. And that goes to be but of a ready mind. Being of a ready mind, that's what you call being at a ready mind. Was in the dictionary. If you want to see be of a ready mind, that's it right there. Officer Kaziyad was be ready of a ready mind. Man. No hesitation, no second thought. Just took the hoodie off. Boom, here you go, brother. And all he had on was a short sleeve shirt up underneath. And braved the cold weather just so this brother could be straight, so that this brother could have some type of protection from the elements. The brother was out there naked. Not literally. But you know, he didn't have nothing. He didn't have no coat, no jacket. Man, what? Man. And that's the type of men that Commanding General Yohana is raising up in the ISUPK. That's what you talk about. That's what you call brotherhood. That's what you call being shameless. Not being ashamed of who's looking around. You know, can I get permission? We don't need permission from no heathens. We don't need no permission from not even of our own people. We don't need somebody to tell us that, hey, man, okay, yeah, you can look out for him. Go ahead. You good. I'll allow it. No, we gotta do that regardless. You can't be ashamed doing this work. You can't be ashamed looking out for your people. You can't be ashamed to show brotherhood, to love your people, man. Because everything we doing right here, right now, this is practice for when we get into the kingdom. Because what do you think is going to happen when you get into the kingdom? When we in our own kingdom, it's going to be even stronger. It's going to be even more so. Because right now, if you look at it, we have a lot of propaganda in this kingdom. And this kingdom is ran by the pale-faced cave monkey, the oppressor. You know, he can put out what he wants about us. And a lot of us, we follow right behind him like, oh, black people, we kill each other. We call each other the N-word. We do this to each other. Where you get it from? You get it from them. Why? Because that's what they do. Socket, somebody checked in on StreamYard. I could have sworn this. I thought I heard it.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, it's like, everything we get from them. But hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ. What that?
Shalom, how about Shem Barakatah? What's going
Y'all
on?
about Shem Yahshua. Hey, everything's too wild. How you doing tonight, Doc?
Everything to wild, sir. Everything to wild, sir.
All right, Most High Christ. Can you read for me?
Come out of one, come.
All right, the water. Hey, pick me up at Matthew 7 and 12.
Check in as well.
All right, Con.
Come out of one, come. This is Matthew 7.
Hold on, hey, hold on, Doc. Who was that? Something not okay. Checking in.
From Philly.
He's from Philly. Hey, so I know the Christ. Most High Christ. Hey, so I know the Christ. Hey, the water for you guys checking in. All right, go ahead. Pick me up at go ahead, Yaqua.
Come out of one, come. This is Matthew 7 and 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever would be meant, whatever, Salaki. Therefore,
Take your time, Mark.
come out of one, come. This is Matthew 7 and 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye world that men should do to you.
Right. Whatever so ye would that men should do to you. Right. So whatever a man do to you, if he treats you right, treat them right. They're looking out for you, look out for them. Hey, without any without all that, what I did for you. Hey man, I did this and that for you. Like, nah, do it because you want to do it naturally. Do it because you a brother to your brother or a sister to your sister, and vice versa. Don't do it just because you expect to get something back, to get something out of it. And what you want to treat your brother good anyway, because ain't nobody else doing it. As we always say, we all we got. Go ahead, read.
Come out of one, come. Do you even so to them?
Right. Do ye even so to them? Do the same thing to them. If they look out you out of the kindness of their heart, if they making sure that you straight, they generally doing it. They don't want nothing. Hey, look, I just want to make sure my brother's straight. Hey, look, call up a brother. See how we doing. If you ain't heard from a brother, hey, man, how you doing? Hey, you need anything? You good? All right, cool. I'll just check it on you. Hey, you might not be able to have a conversation right then and there. They might call you back later. And then when they call you back, they might call and be checking back up on you. So, whatever you do to that person, whatever that person treats you, do the same thing for them. Hey, look, if none of you have, young men and troopers, if you don't have any of these scriptures down, hey, make sure you get them down, all right? Because all these scriptures is important. All of them, and these are some these are good milk scriptures. Some might be meat scriptures to you, but hey, look, get them down. Because how we treat each other, the things that we do, and how we look at each other, man, is highly important that we treat each other right. It's highly important that you don't be scared, to look out for your brother. 'Cause there's even cats that, if they see somebody that they know, out in public, they go to dap them up. Some cats will look around and, oh damn, all right, they try to quick do it and stuff like for what? Man, look, that's your people. That's why the name of this class is Don't Be Ashamed to Love Your Brother. Why would you be ashamed to love your own people? Ain't nobody else ashamed. They ain't scared to love their people. They ain't scared to look out for their people. You see these foreigners coming in here, they open up stores, boom, they making sure that their people is straight because they're not scared or ashamed to look out for their people. And that's the way we got to be. Because every time we try to set up anything in our own neighborhoods, you know, hey, look, they ain't letting us get loans. They don't want us building up our own neighborhoods. You know, they let these foreigners come into our neighborhood, set up shop. They treat us like crap. They want to follow us around the store. They want to jump our women. Like, no. This is why the love of our people got to come in. This is where it's got to kick in real, especially now. It's definitely got to kick in now. Because you see these ICE agents, hey, look, now they talking about they can come in. They don't need no warrant. They ain't got to warn you. They can just come in. And my said, hey, Salam Lord Christ, y'all about you know, these ICE agents, they can just come in and do whatever, you know, arrest you, all that. Without no warrants, none of that. Look, that's why, and I'm going to say it again. Hitler's SS, Trump's ICE.
Right.
Hitler had a concentration camps. Trump has, what do you call them? Them detention centers.
Right.
You know, look, don't be surprised if Trump, you know, becomes a dictator. Do not be surprised if you see Trump trying not to leave office. He's going to, I bet you, I guarantee he's going to try to make a way for him to stay in that office and not have to leave. He didn't want to leave the last time. He tried to stay in there. He tried to stay, what was it? They get 45 days to leave.
That's better than eviction.
Right. And something like that. Hey, look, man, Trump was not trying to leave. He tried to stay up in there. Hey, you know. Hey, for real, kind. Man, look, man. Hey, look, you better get it together. But yeah, you know. Hey, man, boy, that damn Trump. Hey, any questions, any comments? Y'all good? You know, everybody, look, you guys can chime in anytime you want to. You know, hey, look, you know, class is interrupted. Hey, go ahead, you got something to say?
I was just saying, come out of one concept.
Oh, okay, Kyle, no sweat. Hey, finish that up for me.
Come out of one cup. For this is the law and the prophets.
Right. This is the law. You know, you didn't think this was another law? You think that ain't had nothing to do with brotherhood? Got everything to do with brotherhood, because you're supposed to treat your brother, you know, with respect. You're supposed to treat your brother with kindness. You're supposed to check on your brother. You're supposed to make sure that your brother is all right. You know, that's what these laws and statute commandments is in place for. Because I'm telling you, when we get in the kingdom, we ain't gonna be treating each other the way we treat each other now. We ain't gonna have no bad influences of this kingdom of the caveman. We ain't gonna have no bad influences of the Chinese and the Japanese and all these other races, because we're not gonna be following behind them. They're gonna be following us. They're gonna have to follow our law, statute, commandments, and they're gonna have the hey, look. Because we got to show him, like, look, you can't break our bonds. Just like you got us right now, the propaganda and the way that you have made the 12 tribes be against each other, ain't going to be none of that. Ain't going to be none of that in the kingdom. Because even right now, in ISUPK, we building the bonds back with our brothers. The so-called Hispanic and Native American Indians, we building bonds back. We have Hispanic and Native American Indian brothers, the Issacharites, the Gadites, you know, the Asherites. Who else? We got Reuben, who are the Seminole Indians. You know, we got a lot of our brothers and sisters that's in the ISUPK right now. And we got a lot of brothers, you know, of these other tribes. That's a high rank. You know, they 5,000, thousands, you know, captains. And I'm honored to say Khan Adawan Khan to these brothers.
Right.
It's an honor knowing that these are my brothers, knowing that these are the men above me, knowing that they part of this 12 tribes, knowing that they're going to show love to me like I show love to them, knowing that they're going to make sure that I'm straight just like I'll make sure that they straight. How we treat each other according to this Bible, how we treat each other naturally. It's an honor, man. Hey, I love it. Man, hey, look, come to that Passover. Y'all going to see, boy, you want to talk about some family reunion? You want to talk about some straight love? You want to talk about brothers and sisters not being ashamed to show the love, to show love to each other? Man, come to that Passover. You really going to, oh, man, it's going to be wide open. I can't wait. And Houston, Texas, the first week of April. Was it 1st through the 6th? If you Black, Hispanic, and American Indians, hey, make sure you show up to that Passover.
Right.
Boy, that's the most glorious time of the year. Damn your Christmas. Hey, where we at? Drop that. Slakia, drop that. Pick me up at Psalms 41:1. You know, go ahead.
This is Psalms 41:1. Salaki. This is Psalms 41:1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Blessed is he that considereth the poor.
Stop right there. Right. So what these pastors talking about? What they talking about, you know, going against the poor? What they talking about, like, oh, the poor don't count. Nothing good comes from looking out for the poor. Read that again.
Psalms 41:1. Blessed is he that considereth the poor.
Right. Stop right there. Blessed is he that considers the poor. Pastor, what you talking about, Christians? You said there's nothing good about taking care of the poor, looking out for the poor. Ain't that what you've been saying lately? Then you say that God won't bless you. Then you say that. Ain't that what y'all been going around saying? I mean, it seems to me that's a straight up lie. Read that again.
Blessed is he that considereth the poor.
No, cursed is he.
Considereth the poor.
No, he's gonna be damned to hell.
Blessed is he.
No, he's gonna be he's gonna be locked up.
Blessed is he that
no, he's gonna lose his mind.
Blessed is he.
Right, blessed is he. So let me ask this question. And this goes for everybody. Where does it say that's going to be a bad thing to look out for the poor? Where is it saying in this scripture right here that the pastor is right, that you should not be looking out for the poor, that there's nothing to gain from looking out for the poor? All right, exactly. That's what I like, silence. Because, boy, You want to continue to listen to these pastors, man, that's on you. But for me and mine, hey, look, Paul ain't gonna listen to no pastors.
Right.
Rod, Officer Rod, he ain't listening to no pastors.
Right.
Bar, he ain't listening to no pastors. Makalat, Yaramaya, Officer Kazyad, they ain't listening to no pastors. Are you listening to the pastors? Because from my understanding, hey, look, we supposed to be looking out for the poor. We supposed to make sure that our people that's unfortunate is taken care of. And speaking of which, you filthy, disgusting, low down, dirty athletes, rappers, entertainers, you actors, actresses, all y'all. How dare you walk past a child? These child, when you see a child that looks up to you, you walk right past them, a little black child, and go straight to the oppressor, straight to the enemy, and signing autographs and all that. You was in the same position as they was. You act like you didn't come from the ghetto. You act like you didn't come from the projects, like you didn't have it good growing, like you had it good growing up. You act like you had a good Christmas. You act like you didn't go to school to lie and say what made up Christmas presents that you got because your parents couldn't afford it. You run around talking about, I ain't gonna forget where I came from, but as soon as you sign that $1 million contract, you could swear up and down you was from the suburbs. So up and down, you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You rich, you hate your own people for real. And the number one reason of knowing that, because you go out and get yourself a pale face oppressive woman, the little cave monkey, that little pencil nosed dog with all them damn lights running around in their hair. And then you act like when you see a little black kid who wants your autograph, something like they diseased or something. Like you just so ashamed of your own people. You probably did the same thing. You probably was like, oh man, I hope I could meet my my favorite athlete or my favorite rapper or my favorite whatever when I get older. Boy, because man, y'all cast boy, and because a lot of your charities, they aim more towards the oppressor, more towards the enemy than your own people. I have yet to see a charity started for your own people that's actually set up in the hood, not in those suburbs, not in no $1 million neighborhood, but that's actually set up in the hood for your people. I'm yet to see that. And I'll read that again.
Come out of one come. Psalms 41:1. Blessed is he that considers the poor.
Right. Blessed is he that considers the poor. You don't consider the poor. You pastors, you don't consider the poor. You blackity blacks, you FBA, you don't consider the poor. You don't care about the poor. When you got a little bit of money, you don't care about the poor. You ain't worried about the poor. You'll say the same thing that the oppressor will say. You will say the same thing. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap. I made it out. Why can't you? I did it on my own. Why can't you? No, you didn't do it on your own. You had help. I guarantee you had either athletic scholarship or you had some type of grant. You had support of somebody, but you want to sit up there And that's why you just did so much on your own. And then you got the nerve that when you win an award, the fake thank God. You're talking about, oh man, first of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank this person. You want to thank everybody but your own people. Because you thinking, God, that ain't real. That is not real. You know how you know it's not real? Because you ain't looking out for your own people. You don't take care of your own people. You'll pass up a little black child just to go run to a little oppressor child. Hell, you'll skip a little black child just to run to a little slanty eye, Slovakia, the little Asian. That's how you know you don't love your people. Go ahead, Op.
It's like I made a good point there, because you know how they used to have those little telethons and commercials. And saying for 5 cents a day, you can feed children.
Yeah, con.
So you have your own people going on right here in this country, right here, you know, in your face. But they want to sit up here and send money overseas and send it somewhere else.
Exactly. And if you didn't hear what High Call was saying, it's on. Hey, make sure the receiver's on. Right. And what High Call was saying is like, you know, they got commercials and stuff, you know, and telethons, you know, was sending money overseas, you know, supporting them. You know, you got Oprah Winfrey talking about building a school in Africa.
Right.
Oh, go ahead, up. You good?
Yeah, come. Yeah, and then you hit on this as well. Oprah, you know, opened up school for little girls over in Africa.
Right.
When you got, you know what I'm saying, all these, you know, broken homes right there in her hometown of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You got people want to go and get water for Africans to drink, but right here, you know what I'm saying, in Flint, Michigan, they don't have healthy water to drink. You know, like you said, they skip and look over what's right in front of their face to go to somebody else who's not even their people.
Exactly. Heavy point. Go ahead, Op.
And to like to serve, if I may, and to add on to what y'all saying, these other people, they do it for their own benefits out of one, you know, behind closed doors. They trying to add to their wealth when you see them helping people. You know, they ain't really when the ISUPK do something, we out here really trying to help our people because that's what we supposed to do.
Right, exactly. We doing what we supposed to do. And you know what? That High Call made a very, very valid point, because you look at it, how many years has Flint, Michigan went without water, clean water, that is. You got all these brothers and sisters that's millionaires, and some even billionaires. Right. You mean to tell me you can't have a water plant system built in Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan, and hire the best engineers to go in there and build a water plant and run it so they can get clean water to your people? But you want to ship water, clean water to Africa for people who's not your people to drink? We got our own problems right here. You got your own people destroyed in these neighborhoods.
Right.
Are you? Oh my God. Our people are so destroyed, man. Our people, man, have no type of brotherhood whatsoever. No sense of caring about your own people. You know, and like you said, man, all these telethons and all these charities, what do you see? Majority nothing but other races. Especially Esau, especially the oppressor. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Hey, go ahead and finish that up for me.
Cut out of one come. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble.
Right. The Lord will deliver them in a time of trouble. And you look at it, hey, look. you ain't gonna come in here and not think that the men and women in here ain't blessed. You ain't gonna come in here thinking that they ain't protected. You know, and since I've been in here, I have very little trouble. I ain't saying I ain't been going through nothing, but not like when I was in the world. Oh yeah, you gotta go through something, but it ain't gonna be. It's gonna be more spiritual. Yeah, God, spiritual. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, I agree with you 100% out of one. When you're in the world, you think you're winning, but you like a little rat on that wheel just running, or a dog chasing his tail. But in the truth, we eat good, sir. Our families are straight, and I wish everybody come to the truth because they think we missing something. They missing something.
All right, exactly. Cause we have more fun, man. Look, it's great being in here. You got something I call? Go ahead.
We have a comment online.
Con.
Young man Vincent said, "It's funny you bring that up. I asked a couple celebrities in Atlanta to help me with my business by giving me a loan, and they never reached back out to me. I wasn't asking for a handout, just help."
Right. Yeah. See. Right. And you know what they probably tell themselves, like, oh, you can have your own money. You can build your own company up, and then you don't have to ask for help or some crap like that. Boy, because these black celebrities, woo wee. But hey, look, I bet you was an Edomite. I bet you was an Asian. They would have had the news. They would have been out of news and everything. Oh yeah, such and such. He's trying to start his own business, and they help push him, get him off the ground. Oh yeah, I really thank them, and they've been really a real big help to me. But you being a brother, you being of their own people, oh man, this nigga trying to do. Nigga, did I just catch you trying to have ambition? Nigga, did I just catch you trying to start your own business? Nigga, did I just catch you trying to have your own money? I got that from Boondocks. If you ever, that's what Uncle Ruckel's father used to knock him upside the head. He's like, nigga, did I just catch you having fun? Pow! Salakia. But yeah, I mean but that's basically what it's like. They know they could have helped you, brother. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we wasn't so ashamed of our own people or who we are, hey, it should have been no problem to say, hey, brother, I hear you. Hey, look, let me get back with you. Write out a plan. Hey, here's my number. Something, hey, hit me back up. They never know. They could have invested in what you was doing, and they could, you could have all made money. You never know. You could be blown up right now. You could probably went public. Ain't no telling, man. Go ahead.
It's like young man Vincent had another comment. He also said, that's what the church told me. And when I went to them, they said I need to get it on my own.
Wow. I'm not surprised. God.
And it's like we also have Officer Gakawan checking in and on StreamYard.
All right. Hey, y'all about to Gakawan, what it do, brother?
Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ. Sorry, y'all about to one.
Hey, you can chime in anytime, brother.
Come on, Most High Christ.
Who's that? Is that my nephew?
Come on, yes, sir. Yeah. He over here wide open.
Judah.
We both chimed in. We both tapped in, sir. We both checking in today.
All right, Kyle, Most High Christ.
Come on.
But yeah, that Christianity, boy, they something else. You can't go to them for nothing. Well, you need help paying the bill. Oh, pray about it, brother.
Right.
Hey, Hey,
Damn right, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh, Shalaki, sir. I was just saying, damn right, sir. You ain't lying. Almost like that Drewsy skit at the end when when the brother ran up to the Bentley. He asked if he paid them tithes. He said, "Get the hell away from me, man."
Right, exactly. Hey,
Shalaki, sir.
you're right. I know, right? God, damn, oh my God, you know my. Hey, man, you think you doing?
Shalaki, sir. It's almost like if you paid your tithes, that's when they'll help you. But I don't even think they'll help you if you pay your tithes like that.
Oh no. Hey, look at Evander Holyfield. Oh,
Good night.
Evander Holyfield gave that millions of dollars
Come on.
when he needed help. Boy, hey, sir, pray about it, brother. No, we can help you with. We can't do nothing. I mean, that's what the tithes are for. You're supposed to build up your storage house. You're supposed to, when your people need help, you're supposed to be able to go to your storage house. Okay, here, boom. You know what? Look, hey, look. Let me check with the accountant. See what we can do for you, brother. We'll do as much as we can for you. You know, hey, look. Let me tell you something. When I stayed on ONET and Camelot condominiums, right.
Glad you made it out.
For what? I know, right? Hey, Most High Christ, I made it. Got up out of there. Hey, Most High Christ. Again, when our building burnt down, and we went to Bethel Dallas Church, it was like right up the street, like literally. Man, you know what them people told us? They asked us where's the copy of our lease? Lady, we was in a fire. We don't have a copy of the lease. Well, you need your lease. And then they told us we had to take a financial class in order to get help. A financial class for what? We don't have a lease burned up in a fire. And then you want to take a financial class to get help. And they swear up and down that they so blessed. Matter of fact, you know what? Going back to filthy lucre, they get their money by filthy lucre, and they talking about nothing good will come out of helping the poor. Matter of fact, drop that. Can anybody between filthy lucre, between by vain gains, by means of they vainly get them gains by vain means. Can anybody give me a scripture for that?
Like y'all one.
Go ahead.
I need a couple minutes. I'm trying to get my phone before it go low, sir.
All right, Kyle, no sweat out. Oh, it's only 8:09. All right, solid. Sorry, I'll just check the time. You know, you got these because they're making their money by vain deceit. And with the scriptures I be reading and the name of this class, give me one good scripture that would bring these Christian pastors, that would describe these Christian pastors to a T. Well, one of them anyway. This is the one that I personally like myself.
Oh, Slack.
Go ahead.
Oh, Slack. Go ahead, Gakwan.
That was me out of one.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on for a second, you Quack Bar. Go ahead, High Claw.
Come on. I got the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake.
Con. That's one of them. Right, exactly. Right. The law, right, exactly. If you didn't hear Rob, he said like the law is done away with. You know, yeah, oof, man, what you saying? Boy, they love that. That's exactly, woo, man. You know, except for tithes. You know, all the laws always done with except for tithes. You know?
No, that's right, sir.
Right. Hey, pick me up at Colossians, was it 2 and 8? That's another one I like. Hey, how it cost? That was a good one right there. I like that.
Sir. This book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Right. Stop right there. Beware, because you will get spoiled, because these churches, boy, they got something for you. They'll get you all hyped up nice and good and get you all wound up. Tell you all types of lies. Have you thinking that God loves everybody, and you know you'll just come out of pocket. You have a good old time. You know, and how they spoiling you? What's their philosophy? Right, I just said one. One of their philosophies is the loss is done away with.
Right.
That's one of their philosophies. Name me another philosophy.
It's a lot.
Go ahead.
That Jesus is God.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Come on, I know y'all got some. I know y'all got. Come on, online.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. If I may, Salaki.
Go ahead.
Another philosophy is the whole Lucifer philosophy, and the whole angels waged war with God in heaven, and they all got casted out.
Right. Yeah, you. Hey, that's a good one.
Like,
go ahead.
Salvation is for everybody.
Oh yeah, everybody can be saved. You know, we all gonna go to heaven. When we die, we gonna be in heaven with sweet baby Jesus. Oh yeah, you gotta be good. If you good, you go to heaven. You bad, you gonna go to hell. You gonna go straight to hell. You gonna be tortured by the devil and his demons, because they was cast out of heaven for going against God. That was the war in heaven. Go ahead.
It's like Black Mike has a precept of Philippians 2 and 3 through 4, sir.
All right, hold that for a second. Right, and through vain deceit, empty deceit. Their deceit, you know, it makes no sense. It has no validity. What they teach, what they say, you know, it has no validity. It has nothing to hold. That it can't hold no weight against. I put it like this: it holds no weight against practical knowledge. It holds no weight against the ISUPK. It holds no weight when it comes to the truth of this Bible. It holds no weight by the research that's been done by the men of the ISUPK. It holds no weight when it comes to what is truth, what is fiction, and what is fact. It holds no weight when we take the 3 M's out of the Bible. That's the what is it? The magic, the mysticism, and what was the third one? Mythology, the water. right? It holds no weight when you got men in the ISUPK who can break that down, who can totally just destroy that. You know, hey, we was all Christians once. We was all there. We all thought, you know, that the preacher knew what he was talking about. We all thought that, hey, you know, it sounded good. Like, you know, that's what we do in church. We all thought this. We all thought, you know, had that mentality that, you know, oh, yeah, you know, this is what God wants. We're supposed to praise him, you know, sing songs to him. Like, no, came to find out that was a lie. Came to find out that that's not even what the Bible's all about. Came to find out that Christ is a black man, that he's not God. Come to find out that there isn't, yeah, that you're not going to go to no literal place called hell and be tortured and fire and all that, and you know, tortured by demons, and the devil runs it. Came to find out, ain't none of that true. Is that a comment?
Come on. Black Mike said, so-called Christians always say, what would Jesus do?
Right. Right. What would Jesus do? What do you think he would do? He'll follow the law, statute, commandments of the Bible. That's what he would do.
Right, that's right.
What Jesus would do, he'd go check the scriptures and be like, hey, look at here. You know, this goes with this. He gonna precept one scripture with another scripture. And then he's gonna break it down and be like, hey, look, bam, bam. This is what it is. This is what it's supposed to be. This is what it's gonna be. That's what Jesus would do. What you talking? Yeah. What you talking about, Christian? That's exactly what Christ would do. Hey, finish that up for me. Colossians 2:8.
Come on.
Come on. You got it out of one.
Come on, I got it. The water. Book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Right. The rudiments and traditions of this world, the vain philosophies through the deceit. Christ was born on December 25th. We got to celebrate Christmas. That's Christ's birthday. Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, all these false pagan holidays. You know, what is that? Easter. They, you know, the Christians, they use Easter for Passover and Christ's resurrection and all that crap.
So, Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Question. With the vain deceit and the philosophy and the rudiments of the world, or the traditions of men, would one of those traditions of men that is also vain deceit, would that be water baptism, or would that just be a misunderstanding of, I guess, of the scriptures?
Right. I would say a misunderstanding of the. I'll go with both. A misunderstanding of the scriptures and traditions of man, because the reason I say that, because man continues to carry that tradition. You know,
right,
of that water baptism. When that water baptism was done thousands of years ago with Christ, it died with Christ.
Come on.
Oh, you got something to add, how it called?
No,
okay.
I believe that you hit the nail on the head, because that's exactly what it is. It's like you said, it's both things. Them misunderstanding those scriptures,
right?
Like you said, they keep on doing it because they daddy did it, because their grandmama did it. So now, like you said, they're following the traditions of men.
Right.
They're just doing it because, hey, I was baptized.
Right.
That's how we did it.
Right. And they don't even know. They just been told that, so they just flow and then went along with it. You know? Right. I ate the water for that. You can drop that. Give me to what did the brother say? Ephesians.
Philippians.
Philippians. The water.
It's the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem, let lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Verse 4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
That's it.
Come on.
You want to break it down?
Oh, so he was given this.
For the precept. Read that again.
Book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Verse 4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
Kind of like that. I'm gonna have to get back with you on that. But it sounds like. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. Salaki, sir. It's not in my position, sir, to try to break it down. I was going to ask you if it means something.
Oh, Con. Yeah, let me get back with you on that. I like that, though. Because the dude is right. I mean, well, yeah, Con. In a way, I could see that too, because it's like you look at these pastors. You know, they say they have been known to fight amongst each other and strife over, who owes what, who money, and and how the tithe should be split up and all the donations. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, what is going on is verse 3 said, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? You don't want stuff to go through, like you said, you fight with your brother, or that vainglory is, you trying to get that glory
right
yourself.
Right.
That's why, now it goes on to the next part. But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. So that's just how how we move in the UPK.
Right.
Is, we receive a compliment, we're gonna say, hey, the water to the men above me.
Right, hey, God.
Most high in Christ.
Right.
So that's what it is. That's exactly how we move in the UPK. Is hey, you can throw compliments at us all day.
Hey, right.
And we're gonna throw it up to the Lord.
Right.
We're gonna throw it up to the men above us.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's what this is saying here. It's not that vain glory that
right
where you want it to yourself.
Right.
That's what you see in the Christian church. In the Christian church, they'll sit up here. They'll take a good sermon, Pastor. Oh, thank you.
Right, yeah. Patting themselves on the back and right. Right.
They want to, big themselves up.
Right.
Versus here, we give the glory to the Most High.
Right.
To our brothers.
Right. God. But we'll say that in a heartbeat. Hey, to watch to the men above me, it's Most High in Christ.
Right.
Because them Christian pastors, they wanted everything to be about themselves. They wanted to be, hey, I want all the glory. I want all the power. It's about me. Right. Conversation about me. It's got everything. It's got to be about me. And they'll fight and argue with the people in their own congregation. They'll fight and argue with and have strife with the deacon.
Right.
Over, and then a lot of times it'd be over BS. Something that here in the ISUPK, we'll go to our own brother. We'll step to the side, and discuss it.
Right.
And if two can't discuss it, they'll get a third person. Like, hey, look, hear us out. That third person might be like, man, look, I heard both sides. Look, boy, you yada 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 yada. Oh, damn, you know what? Hey, look, hey, my bad, brother. Hey, they gotta shake it, they gotta dap it up. talk about it,
Right.
get that counseling, move on. It's done. It's done and over.
Right.
Once apologies are made, hey, look, hey, Most High in Christ, hey, the water for that. Most High in Christ, hey, boom. The water to the men above us, for helping us to solve this problem. Keep it moving.
Okay, slightly about me.
Go ahead.
And going on verse 4 says, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So that's one of those things like, hey, nigga, don't be selfish.
Right.
And don't sit up here and just mind yours. Don't worry about just looking after, your own house. Look after your neighbor's house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
When they go out of town, look at their property. Make sure that, they're
right.
You are.
Exactly.
Even if they're in town, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're, keeping an eye out for your brother. You know what I'm saying? That's why this is a great brotherhood precept, because that's exactly what it's talking about. You know what I'm
exactly.
Be focused on looking at yourself and worrying about yourself. You have to, look on your brother. Give that same concern to your brother. Because then it goes on to verse 5. It says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahushua Mashiach.
Right. That's that right.
Brotherhood precept, because like we said, Yahushua came here and showed us the blueprint of how to be a brother. He showed us the blueprint of how to obtain the kingdom. This is that great precept of showing that, hey, this is how we needed to look and be one another, because this was the mind that was in Yahushua.
Right, Khan. Exactly. No, hey, that was perfect. That was good. I like that. Hey, Khan, exactly. Get that brother a hand. Right. Because that's why I asked you to reread it again. Like, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I understand it. And you're right, because when Christ came and he showed us the way, that blueprint that he left us when he was tortured and slain upon the cross. Hey, look. That's the blueprint that we following right now today in the ISUPK. Right. And we're not ashamed of it. We ain't scared to show our brothers love. We ain't scared to show our sisters love. We ain't scared to look out for each other's property, our houses, each other's vehicles. Right. We ain't scared to look at, hey, look, bro. Hey, look. I see somebody creeping around your vehicle. Or I see somebody trying to creep around your house. Hey, no, you ain't gonna be none of that. Hey, what is all right? Hey,
it's like Mike said, valuing others than yourself.
Right, exactly. And what we do, we value others, other than ourselves. And going out here, the work that we do, that we are valuing others. Right. Because one thing we know. It's not about us. Don't think of, you an Israelite. Don't think of the nation of Israel. Don't think of it just you yourself. Think about, like, we have a responsibility to everybody that's in the nation of Israel. It's, you got to look at it. It's more like, we got a whole nation that we got to take care of. This life is not about me. My life is not about me.
That's right.
Hey, if I have to lose 100 women, because of this truth, so be it. Well, I've lost wives because of this truth. I'm gonna keep standing. I'm gonna keep doing this work. Hey, if I lose a wife, hey, okay, so what? Because this is supposed to be your only wife anyway. You ain't supposed to put the Most High Christ before before your wife, before your family. When I had that oil on my head, hold on for a second. When I had that oil poured on my head, hey, I knew what time it was. I made a promise to do this work, to be in the army of Christ. To do the Lord's work. So if I gotta lose, if I gotta lose a wife, if I gotta lose my family, I'm just gonna have to lose them. But in the end, I know for myself that it's going to be greater when we get in our kingdom. You know, that's what we fight for. That's why we got to have this brotherhood. That's why we got to love and care about each other. Oh, go ahead, Op.
He was
Oh, no, Salaki, sir. I was just saying, damn, bro.
All right, the water. All right, no sweat.
Salaki, too, if I could.
Go ahead.
What you was basically saying, I'm going to paraphrase a precept. Seemed like what you were saying when Christ said that he's not worthy, or he who chooses their son or their wife is not worthy of me. I'm kind of paraphrasing it, but it sounded like you were kind of explaining that brother in the scripture.
Khan. You got it. Go ahead, I call.
Come, the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 37.
Come.
That loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. That's it right there. I mean, and you got to look at it. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I may, basically saying, it's not saying don't love your kids or your parents. It's basically saying don't love them more than the Most High. So, say for instance, if your son want to go smoke a blunt or some shit like that, don't be like, shit, it's all right, you know what I mean? Like if it's, it don't mean not to love your people, but like don't follow nothing else before you follow the Most High.
Right. Because it's like this. If I love them more than I love the Most High, if I love them more than I love Christ, I'm not going to come out here and do this work.
Right.
I'm going to be wanting to spend more time with them. Even though I had the oil poured on my head, even though I made that oath, I'm gonna try to go spend more time with them than I am going to be doing the work. I'm still going to be doing the work, but not like I should be. I'll be more outside not doing the work than I am inside doing the work. Go ahead,
Yeah, it's like I said, Trooper Yaqua did a good example of that, and that's exactly what it is. It's like, yeah, you were to love, your child, love your mother, love
right,
your father,
exactly.
But you don't put that above the Most High. And just another example of piggybacking off what he said is like coming out of the world. That's how a lot of people get caught up and tripped up because they want to give their kids Christmas because they love their kids.
Right.
They want to give their kids a birthday party because they love their kids.
Right.
The thing is, like, no, when you do that, you are now putting your kids above the Most High.
Right.
Because now you're breaking the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments because of the love you have for
them. Right. Exactly. Because hey, my kid, you want to celebrate Christmas and you buy him a brand new bike. Hey, what was the sense of you even coming in here and trying to change your life if you're gonna still love, if you're still gonna love that world, if you're gonna still love the things that you supposedly supposed to be leaving the world for. Hey, that's an excellent point. Exactly, Yaqua. You both right. Time check.
8:34, sir.
All right, we got time for some more scriptures then. But yeah, Khan, and that's something that as much as I love my son, as much as I love my grandkids, like that's something I can't do. Like, I love y'all, but doing the things outside. Go ahead.
Like I said, it just brought up another one because like we talking about these precepts. We learn from the men above us,
right?
And one of the very heavy hitting, powerful 12 shield General Muhammad. I just learned this not too long ago, which was very heavy. And it shows exactly this of not being worthy of and everything. General Muhammad brought it out in one of his recent classes that I was not aware of until recently, that he hung his own son's cover up in the graveyard at headquarters.
Woo!
So that just shows you really how cold it
It
is.
is, right? Ooh, that's cold.
That's his own son.
Right.
If his son ain't with it, then hey, you know what I'm saying, you go ahead and keep it moving. I'm gonna get that cover back and hang it up in the graveyard.
Right.
And that just shows you exactly what it is. Like, hey, you have to be full-fledged, 100%. You know what I'm saying? With the book.
Right.
It ain't no half step. It ain't no lukewarm.
Right. Exactly. Ain't no where you can't work hot, cold, or you can't work hot. You know, you got to be 100%. You got to be like burning, steaming. You got to be on fire like red hot.
Right.
As a matter of fact, get me matter of fact, get me Revelations 3:15.
Come on. This book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 15.
Now that you brought it up, you must already had it on there.
I'm just quick with it.
Okay. All right. Hey, Most High Christ.
Come on, book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
Yeah.
I would thou wert cold or hot.
Right.
You want me to go down to 16, sir?
Come
on. Verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Right. He'd rather you be cold. Because if you're cold, hey, look, you ain't gonna be wasting no time. Right. That's you ain't gonna be wasting your time, his time, or or anything else. Like, hey, look, I'd rather just be cold. If you don't want to do the work, if you're more concerned about your family, if you're more concerned about, what people think, what they say, oh, y'all them crazy niggas. Y'all dressed like Power Rangers. If you ashamed of being in here, you ashamed of this truth, you ashamed of wearing them headbands, you ashamed of looking like a man with your lion's mane, your hair, your beard, you don't need to be in here. I'd rather you just be cold. As a matter of fact, I might as well you not even know the truth. It's better for you to just be cold. Go ahead.
I was just saying that's right out of one, but if I could, sir, make a comment out of one.
Go ahead.
And for like an example for the listeners outside of the UPK, it's not saying like when they talking about lukewarm and cold, that don't mean like if you either doing the work, but we in slavery with the land of our captivity, so some people got to work all day. Some people might be on the road driving trucks, but if that's the case, you need to be paying your fees and your tithes. But if you ain't at work and or you ain't living 2 or 3 hours away, then you need to be here doing this work, sir.
Right. But if you ain't trying to do none of that, hey, just best just to stay away. Exactly. That's a good example. Exactly. Exactly to the point. Read that again. Hey, Salam alaikum. Y'all about to down chapter 5. My man, right in the building. How you feeling, huh? Con. Most High Christ. Hey, good to see you, huh? Good to see you, sir. Right. So it's better. So if you're gonna be hot, if you're gonna work hot, be hot. Get in here. Do the work. Become an officer. Teach. Learn. All that. Go through Hebrew Academy. Just don't drop your sword. Don't give it up.
Right.
Once you get hot and you get you hit the ground running, hey, keep going.
That's right.
No, so you're gonna be hot. Because all that lukewarm, 1 minute, oh yeah, hey, I'm coming to class and all this, and but oh man, I can't let certain things you don't want to let go right then and there, which is easy to let go. All you gotta do is just not do it. If you addicted to weed, all you gotta do is not do it. Cigarettes, all you gotta do is not do it. All you gotta do is not eat shrimp crab. What was that? Shrimp crab and lobster
And pork.
and pork. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. And pork. Gator, rabbit.
All that.
Yeah, all that exactly. Con, all that. Get hot, but because being lukewarm, nah.
So like
Being lukewarm, that's being wishy-washy. Go ahead.
is this a good example, sir, of being lukewarm? Be like, yeah, I know the truth, but I don't really want to get into UPK. I mean, I heard it. It is the truth, but I don't want to go to class. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know the truth, but I ain't. I'm still celebrating Christmas and stuff because it's for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Even though I'm watching the classes, I'm learning. You might even be paying your tithes, but you still ain't coming into school. You still, like you said, still celebrate Christmas. Talking about this for the kids and all that. You still doing that. So what would it be the sense of you even paying the tithes? What would be the sense of even watching the classes and all that? Like that wouldn't even make no sense.
Oh, Salaki, sorry.
Go ahead.
There's something I wanted to say earlier about don't just think about your own possessions, but the possessions of your neighbor. I'm paraphrasing. But that precept that you brought out, it also kind of I wanted to up the ante on it and think about it like based off tribes. Like instead of just thinking about Judah, just because Judah getting hit over the head by Esau, don't ignore that Asher and Naphtali and Yashikar are getting, bad treatment from Esau and getting put in detainment camps too.
Right. Exactly. You know what? That's a very valid point. I'm glad you brought that up because we got to look at it. It's not just Judah. We got other tribes we got to look out for. We got other tribes, that's your brothers out here. You got Asher and Naphtali. You got Reuben. You got Gad. You got Manasseh. That's the Cubans. So I get the Dominicans, Zebulon. That's the Guatemala, the Panama. You got Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans. We got so many other tribes that we got to look out for. We got other brothers, that, hey, look, I got to make sure he all right. I got to let's make sure that the other tribes are straight. We have brothers that went to Acuna, to check on the Levite brothers. Issachar brothers helped him out. It was like, because the Border Patrol, the Border Patrol called themselves trying to stop them at the borders, talking about why don't they give it to the Christian church? For what? The Christian church, when they need it for? What they gonna do with it? They don't need it. Our people need it. Look, we got the Haitians, Benjamin and all that. Come on, man. You got Levi Benjamin, the Haitians, Jamaicans, and all them. Look, it's not just us. It's not just Judah. That's why in the beginning of the class I said all that FBA, that foundational Black America is not just about you. It's not just about us. That's why I say the foundational born Israelites. There's 12 tribes. Hey, Look them up. Hey, for those that's just now listening, for those that just now tuning into class, look, we got a 12 tribe chart. Hey, look for the nearest school near you. If you want to copy that 12 tribe chart, we'll gladly be glad. We would gladly give you a copy of the 12 tribe chart so you can see who your other brothers and sisters are. Because all this, Black Americans for Black Americans only. You ain't even for Black Americans. So what the heck? So what you talking about? I almost started to say some things I shouldn't even say. I didn't want to get us suspended or banned, right? Sometimes I got to stop myself. Hey. And with that, any more comments? Any more questions? All right. Hey, for everyone that checked in, go ahead.
I just said I don't want.
All right, Gakwan, you good?
Come on. It's a while, sir.
All right. Any more questions? Any comments? That's it. All right. And with that, I'm going to pass the class off. The powerful priest officer of 50, the Pashra I, Ban Babanyam, Ban Yahawada.
Clap it up for class. We are the ISUPK. This is the ISUPK security. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashara means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the Feast of Purim. That's the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month according to the Hebrew calendar. And according to the Gregorian calendar, that'll be Monday and Tuesday, March the 2nd and 3rd of this year. You can check the bulletin boards here in the front room for all updates on high holy days, such as the Lord's 57th annual Passover will be held in Houston, Texas. All right, that's on that bulletin board as well, dates and locations. You can ask the teacher or anybody for any detail. Reminder, Salakia, if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, if any brother wishes to be a trooper in the school, please start wearing all black, boots, headband, pants, shirt, or scarf. Salakia. With that, we'll give one courtesy salute to the brothers, to the men of Israel. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh. What we just said to you in the Hebrew is, may the Lord bless you in the name of Christ. Yad Yamatah means hands down. We'll give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, What we said to you in the English is, may the Lord watch over you in the name of Christ. Yad Yamatah, which means hands down. Hey,
the water for everyone who checked in online, and the water for all your class participation. That was
water. You water one. Get the water.
All right, Khan. Hey, the water for all the precepts. Hey, look, y'all be safe out there. Shalom Lord Christ.
Come on, Khan, you do the same.
Shalom Lord Christ, brother.